Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm about to get this all adjusted here. All right, y'all. What's happening is me coming back at you again with another vid. Now, let's take a look here and see who is online right now. Shout out to everyone out there and all of my commenters and subscribers. Let's see who's tuning in. Yeah, what's happening, Brandon White? So we only got one person in so far. Let's see. Red Glove Militant, what's happening, big dog? Long time no hear. So it looks like, slowly creeping up. Some people are coming in. So, yeah, so let's get into it, guys. I know I've been away from this for a while. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm not going to be doing too much of these because I have a bit of things going on in my life. I know it's a repetitive thing. I always reiterate these points, but it is what it is. But I still keep an eye on boxing. I still keep up with it, with the latest fights and the news, this, that, and the third, which I am here to discuss. So I won't be on too long, but let me just go ahead and break it down. Let's get to the nitty gritty here. First things first, Alexander Usyk is injured. So the fight with him and Carlos Takam has been called off. It's been canceled. So he's withdrew from the fight. He suffered a biceps injury. We don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be out. He's going to be out, I should say. So that's yet to be seen. But the thing is that we haven't seen Alexander Usyk since the Tony Bellew fight. And that was back in, 2018, late 2018 when it happened in November. So he's going through a massive long layoff right now. And to be honest with you, hold on for a second, guys. I'm sorry. I've been... All right, as I was saying, Alexander Usyk is injured. So again, he's been out since and he's on a long layoff at this point because it's been nearly 6 months since he's fought. And I don't know, man. It just like he's not getting any younger, and things with these injuries, they can slow a fighter down over time. If the fact that he hasn't been active. So as of right now, that kind of throws a monkey wrench, as you want to call it, a wrench into Eddie Hearn's plans of getting Usyk started as a heavyweight, get his debut going against a proper opponent. So Takam's, pretty much, he had to withdraw from the Takum fight. So Carlos Takam, on the other hand, is going to have to look for an opponent, and obviously, I'm not sure what he's going to do. More like he's going to probably retreat and go back to France and then get a regional fight with someone over there just to keep busy. Just collect some checks as long as he can. But needless to say, let's just hope for the best for Alexander Usyk. We'll just hope that the extent of the injury is not as severe as we hope it isn't. So if it is, then yeah, we'll expect him to be out as longer than we can only speculate at this point, because right now we don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he's not out that long. But these bicep injuries can keep a guy on the shelf for a long time. It can. So we'll see. But anyways, let's go to get into the nitty gritty here, the meat of the news here. So the WBC has ordered. Hey, what up, McGregor on Rival Boxing? Good, man. So the WBC is ordered, and they really pulled out this one right here. I mean, it's not surprising, and I'll explain to you guys why. But anyways, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But the WBC has ordered Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC lightweight title. This stems after the fact that Mikey Garcia has elected to vacate the belt and move up to 140 or 147. Nonetheless, the WBC has made Mikey Garcia the champion emeritus, which means that if he elects to go back down to campaign back to 135, he can get an immediate title shot against whoever the champion may be. Now, I have a lot of thoughts to add to this situation, because initially we thought that we were expecting to hear that Luke Campbell was going to be facing Devin Haney for the vacant title. Now, we all know that Devin Haney recently signed a deal with Matchroom, or with the Zone, whatnot, with Matchroom USA with Eddie Hearn, and one of those reasons for him to sign that deal was that he was guaranteed a title shot. And for the WBC to come out and pull this somewhat controversial move, which to me is not surprising given coming from the WBC, and I'll explain why in a second, is because it just feels that Eddie Hearn, to me, I felt was blindsided behind this whole situation, because I don't think he was aware of the fact that Top Rank put out a petition to go to campaign for that vacant title, and the WBC approved it. And Lomachenko wasn't even previously ranked by that sanctioning body. Now, what does that tell you? Oh, my goodness. I mean, to me, here's the way I look at it. Eddie Hearn Eddie Hearn was hoping that the WBC was going to order the Devin Haney versus Luke Campbell fight. And the reason why I say that is because, one, that was a win-win situation for him. Two things. One, it was a win-win situation for him, and two, it was an in-house fight. All right, which is pretty much the same thing. Now, and another thing I need to add is that it's only on one network, is on the Zone or Sky Sports, which is Eddie Hearn's affiliate networks, right? Or agreed upon networks, I should say. So the thing about this situation, what makes it very, very murky here, is that the fact that the WBC went and pulled this stunt under Eddie pretty much blindsided Hearn, because I have even reason to believe that he was not made aware of this. Now he's gonna have to make a decision here, because we saw the last fighter that went up is one of his last fighters that went up against Lomachenko, and that was Anthony Crawler. He saw the end result of that in live, in front of his face. I mean, let me just put it this way. I'm gonna be fair. I think Luke Campbell is a much better fighter than Anthony Crawler, despite the fact that he hasn't won a world title yet. I think Luke Campbell is much more skilled. Yeah, he's much more longer. He's much more rangier. He's taller. He's got, he's bigger than Lomachenko. He's a much bigger guy. But I think Lomachenko is going to figure the guy out, and I just don't see him winning that fight. I just don't. I just don't see him. I think he'll give Lomachenko a tougher fight than far more so than Anthony Crawler did. But again, this is a win-lose situation for Hearn. I mean, because the bright side is that he can still get one of his guys compete for that title, compete for a lightweight title, I should say. Now, here's the problem here. Hearn is going to be facing a situation that this fight's going to end up going to a purse bid, which he more likely can lose. All right. Now, if he loses that purse bid, the fight's not going to the Zone. And we all know that fight's not going to the Zone. The Top Rank is not going to go for that. They're not going to put Lomachenko on the Zone at all. That's not going to happen. So the thing is that, okay, if Hearn decides that, okay, we can do this, but the fight's going to be in the UK. If it's hosted in the UK, then okay, that's a bright side there. Then Luke Campbell has some bit of advantage there. But I still don't see him winning the fight either way. It doesn't matter where you host this fight. He does not. I just don't think he's going to win the fight. Just no way. I mean, again, I have to repeat myself. He'll pose a greater. He'll pose a. He'll be more tougher than Anthony Crawler, but I just don't think he's going to win it. And so yeah. McGregor says, "Look, if it's in the UK, I'm going to that fight." Hey, I don't blame you, bro. That'd be a damn good fight. You have the number one, well, arguably the number one pound for pound fighter of the world. In your backyard, and he's fighting one of your guys, one of your own for a world title. Why not? Why not? Let me see. Red Glove Militant says the WBC doesn't always follow through with the fights they order. Yeah, again, to be fair, they were expected to order Haney versus Campbell, and we were expecting that to be announced. But the problem is that we all did not know, and I have to admit, we were all blindsided by this. I did not know, and I'm sure anybody else here does. We didn't know that the top rank Bob Arum put out a petition with the WBC to order the fight, and they approved it. So again, I think Eddie Hearn is pissed about this. I think he's pissed off. He's angry. I'm sure he's going to try to take try to somehow, some way, to find some legal recourse to get the WBC to recant their decision. But the only problem with that is that the WBC does have that stipulation in their bylaws, in their standards, policies, that any decisions that we act on the competition committee that's acted upon with the competition committee that's under our discretion, we can do what the hell we want. There's nothing you can do about it. Plain and simple. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm waiting for Hearn to come out and say something about this. I'm sure he's going to come out and he's going to put out a statement initially. Then he's going to give an interview to give his thoughts. I mean, honestly, I don't think he likes this at all. I really don't think he likes this at all. Again, he saw it. He's seen one of his fighters up front witness him take a severe beating against Lomachenko, and for him to go through this again, I'm not sure if he wants to do this. He might, pull Luke Campbell out. He might do it. We'll see. We'll see if he goes through this, but I don't know. AA, what's up? AA Boxing the Blunt says that I want Al Heyman to pull Ruiz out too. Now, USYK beats AJ before Christmas. I had a few quig. I make a few quig. All right. Fair enough. Well, good luck to you on that one, brother. But anyways, like I said, I'm just as surprised as much as you guys about this move. I mean, again, I'm not too surprised at the WBC because they've done this before. It's not the first time they've ranked other champions from other sanctioned bodies in their rankings. They did that with Sergey Kovalev. They also have done it with Gennady Golovkin. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe they've done it with Felix Trinidad. I could be wrong. I have to go back and check. I think they did it with him when he was an IBF champion. I could, again, I have to go back and check, but they have done this before. So, yeah, man. Oh man, I think I like to repeat myself, but I think Hearn is blindsided by this. He didn't expect this to happen, and this right here just oh boy. But what the good thing is, I should say is that Vasily Lomachenko will now be enrolled into the clean boxing program. So I got to get props from Lomachenko to even to consider this, because obviously if they rejected it, say no, we're not going to VC route, and I find that suspect right there, to be honest with you. So they will be again, he will be subjected to the clean boxing program, and I have to give Lomachenko credit for that, to pretty much agree with this, to go through with this, I should say. So, but the one thing I would say though is that why pull this move when Mikey Garcia vacated that belt? That's the one thing. That's one little criticism I'd have to defer over to Top Rank. Why didn't they petition to fight Mikey Garcia while he was a champion? I mean, seriously, well, not petition, but yeah, petition to be in his ranking, the WBC rankings, so they could force Lomachenko to fight for the mandatory position, so they could corner Mikey. And that's the same thing that Anthony Joshua could do. He could do that to Deontay Wilder. Go to the WBC. This is, I make a suggestion for Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. If they want that belt so badly, as they have made some indications they do want that fight, I will admit that. Why don't they go to the WBC and request to be ranked? And the WBC I will guarantee you they will grant that approval. Why don't they go and do that? Okay, hey, I'm just saying. I think they should do that, and I'm all for it. I know some guys, I'm not saying you guys know what I'm talking about. Some fanboys of Anthony Joshua to come at me talking about that's bullshit. Why did Joshua have to do that? I'm saying, look, if he wants that title so badly, he could do what Sergey Kovalev tried to do, and he could do what Gennady Golovkin tried to do. And to be fair, Sergey Kovalev tried to play the game, or his promoter Kathy Duva, who I really don't like that well. What she tried to do is that she tried to get Donna Stevenson to vacate his WBC belt because she believed he wasn't going to go through the Kovalev fight if Kovalev was made mandatory, which Stevenson actually was going to go through the fight, and Kovalev was the one who pulled out the purse bids. Not once, but twice. But the WBC granted Kathy Duva's request to make Kovalev a mandatory or have him ranked in the WBC. So, I mean, that's, I guess, my point is, guys, the gist of it is that the WBC, Joshua and Hearn, I know I'm getting sidetracked here, they could go through the Lomachenko step or do the Kovalev and the Golovkin situation and go through the WBC, allow them, they can get ranked. They can do it. You have a good point, Dan. Yeah, thank you, brother. I'm just saying the WBC isn't the IVF. They order fights and these orders disappear into thin air. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the WBC is never consistent, but the one thing you do have to give them credit for is they do have the most stringent testing programs out there on earth. And you cannot get ranked in the top 15 if you don't be subjected to their clean boxing program, which I think that's one of the best things they've ever done. I think all the other sanctioned bodies should follow suit. I'm just keeping it real. Will you be throwing out links, Dan? Yeah, I'm throwing out a link. Just give me a few. I'm gonna send some links out. Red Glove Milton says, I just feel like the WBC orders like monopoly money. They have no worth. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, brother. I just think, the WBC are no saints. Let's be real. They've done some controversial jacked up shit. And let's be fair. This actually is controversial move they pulled here, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising given the fact they've done this before with other champions ranked in other sanctioned bodies. As I repeat, I believe they've done it with Trinidad. I have to go back and look into that. I could be wrong in that area, but I'll go back and check. They done it with Kovalev and they done it with Golovkin. So again, I propose to Anthony Joshua and Andy Hearn, hey, if Lomachenko could get this through push this through the WBC, then maybe we can go to the WBC and get ourselves ranked so we can fight ourselves to mandatory position, so that way they can corner Wilder. If Wilder can, then he's going to be, his bluff is going to be called out in that situation, whether you vacate your title or you fight Anthony Joshua, who's going to be a mandatory. Because Wilder definitely, if he does that shit, then Wilder definitely needs to be ripped for that. Real talk. I mean, don't pull a fucking Peter Quillen if they decide to go that route. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm just speaking hypotheticals right now. I'm just saying Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, if they are listening, then they can take heed to my words. What's up, big boys? I know you're no longer going by Kiwi no more, but it's all good, brother. I'm good. Let me see. Yeah, I'm down for the clean boxing program. Yeah, we all are. Yeah, it is the only saving grace for the WBC. That's the only thing we can give him credit for, McGregor. Yeah, we're doing well, man. We're doing well. I know you heard, Kiwi, that Alexander Usyk is injured right now, so he will be pulling out of the Carlos Takam fight, which actually puts a wrench into Eddie Hearn's plans for Usyk to move up to heavyweight. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, what they do with Usyk. I hope the extent of the injury is not that severe that he'll be out longer. And believe me, he's having a long layoff. So, and that can become very detrimental to fighters. So, we'll see. We'll see how things progress for Alexander Usyk. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some links. I'm not gonna be on too long, guys. So I'm gonna make it real quick because we don't have too much to discuss. But we're all going to mainly go over the Lomachenko and the Luke Campbell thing. Oh, one thing I want to add to, I want to give my thoughts about the not the Gennady Golovkin. I'm sorry, the Canelo Alvarez versus Danny Jacobs unification fight that went down Saturday night. First things first, it was a good fight. I wouldn't say it was it was a decent fight, but I wouldn't say it was the most exciting fight. So it had its moments, but I wouldn't say it was quite boring. But it definitely didn't have the explosion that many thought many would hope for it. So it was both fighters pretty much fought a very cautious fight. Danny Jacobs started very slow, and so did Canelo too. But Canelo was more the ring general for the first 3 rounds. So that's probably how you could score it, given the fact that Jacobs wasn't doing enough early. Then he started to come back. But the one thing I would like to say is that Danny Jacobs' offensive arsenal wasn't quite there. Why? Because he just was confused by the fact that Canelo Alvarez was slipping some of his punches and he was able to move his head. I mean, Canelo actually has gotten a lot better with his head movement. This man can really move his head. I mean, that Mayweather fight really has really changed him. I mean, not from a business aspect, because we all know Canelo has now been a diva after that fight, but from a technical standpoint, he's really came a long way after that fight. I'm actually impressed. So definitely a good win on his resume. I wouldn't say it's controversial. It was a close fight. It could have gone either way. But the one thing I would have to say is a lot of people what made a lot of people ups in arms about the whole fight was that the way the commentary was conducted, way the commentary was performed, I should say, by the Zone's crew. I mean, the Sugar Ray Leonards, who I respect. I mean, Brian Kinney and Chris Mannix, who's formerly from SI. It's like these dudes. I mean, Todd Grisham too was a former WWE announcer. Todd Grisham actually is very good at his work. I have to give him a lot of props for what he does. I mean, real talk, he's very, very good at what he does, and I'm sure he's happy. Life has been a lot, great, been a lot better for him ever since he left that company. But it is what it is. Anyhow, what I was going to say is that, I don't think, like I said, I don't think Canelo won that comfortably. I think he's starting to slow down. Obviously, he's known for his stamina. Obviously, he slowed down in the later rounds, but they were very close. It could have gone either way. But to me, I scored the fight 7-5 for Canelo. I mean, I did look at the fight again. I wanted to see if I could give Jacobs another round, but I just think he started off too late. That's the problem. He gave away those early rounds, in my opinion. So, I mean, that's a mistake he's going to have to live with. And also, it's worth pointing out that he came in overweight in the second day weigh-in because he had to pay a $250,000 fine for each weight that he came over for the second day weigh-in because, mind you, this was not the WBC policy that was put into place for this fight. It was a rehydration clause that De La Hoya and Canelo wanted for the fight to happen. That was the only way they could get this fight going is that you have to agree to a rehydration clause. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Canelo's a big fucking dude, for God's sake. Why does he need a rehydration clause for his opponent? I guess because Jacobs is a bigger man, and Jacobs wasn't planning to make that weight anyway. This is not the first time he missed the second day weigh-in. He did this with the Gennady Golovkin fight too. If if anybody can recall, it's because he ain't trying to get knocked out. Plain and simple. He ain't trying to get knocked out. He ain't trying to have another Dmitry P-Rog experience again. Forget that. He ain't going through that again. So I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. But anyhow, it was a good win for Canelo. Where does he go from here? I know the rumor mill is that now Canelo's team is looking at Errol Spence to come up in weight, which I don't mind. I mean, Errol Spence is a big welterweight. He definitely is a huge welterweight, for God's sake. So Errol Spence, they're looking to make that fight. If they can't make that fight, they're looking at Sergey Kovalev. So I mean, that's a tall task in order. I mean, can he withstand the length and the height and the power of Sergey Kovalev? I mean, Kovalev punches much harder than Golovkin. I mean, much harder. Now, Kovalev could actually knock you out with one punch. Golovkin can't do that. So, I mean, wow. I don't know, man. I would like to see Canelo versus Saunders. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see that fight too, big boys. I think Saunders will win that fight. But honestly, I don't think Canelo. I mean, Canelo's team would probably. Not sure if they want to go near Saunders. To tell you the truth, and Saunders just moved up in weight, but he's not really a big like super middleweight anyway. He's a naturally middleweight, so I don't see that fight happening anytime soon. Now, Andre, I know I forgot to mention him, but let's not let's not you know, have a ray hope on that one because I don't see that fight happening anytime soon. Yeah, Andre versus Canelo's not happening anytime soon. I hope it does happen anytime soon, but I don't think so. Yeah, I heard that. I'm hearing that Hearn wants some friendly competitive smoke with Golden Boy. Of course, because here's the deal. I think that Hearn needs Golden Boy because he can't put on good card without them on the zone. That's what this is all about. He needs them at this point. So of course he wants that competitive smoke because he needs to keep that you know, that funding intact. Because remember, Hearn has a 2-year probational option with the zone, and from that point, and I think that's going to be due. Yeah, that's definitely going to be due about early next year. So, yeah, the zone will have an option on Hearn whether they're going to keep him around or not. I think they're going to keep him, but I think the question is they may reduce his budget, so they may either reduce it or they may increase it. We'll see if Hearn can perform. You know, if he can put on better cards. And to be fair, the last Matchroom USA card they put up, I think it was in Philly. That was actually a very good card. I'm not going to lie, even though it didn't sell well, but which Hearn admitted, but at least it was a good card. So I would say that. Big Boy says that Joseph Parker, his word is that he signed with Matchroom. Apparently, an announcement is coming. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I mean, if Joseph does sign with a deal with Matchroom, I can't be mad at him. You know, so that because he adamantly wants the Anthony Joshua rematch. So, but the problem is, will be any of us be keen to see that rematch because that was a very, very boring heavyweight fight. And no disrespect to Joseph Parker or Anthony Joshua. I mean, I like Joseph more so than Joshua, and I like Joshua too. But you know, I really like Joseph, but that was not a good performance by him. So, I mean, it was a very boring fight. So, hopefully, he did learn from that performance, and I'm sure he did. So. Well, I'd like to see Joseph get back into the fray again, you know. So we'll see, and he will. He's still top 10 heavyweight. So, Big Boy's boss has said, "Look, if Canelo fights Kovalev at 175, I think Canelo would deserve to get KO brutally. It's a step too far." Yeah, but I think De La Hoya and Canelo is going to want to catch weight for that fight, and I think they're going to want him to Kovalev to go 170. And we know damn well Kovalev cannot make 170 because he struggles to make 175, and I'm very, very shocked how he can still make that weight after, you know, so long struggling to make it. So we'll see how that plays out, but it looks like to me that they're going to go more towards the Kovalev route. If they can't get Spence, because I don't see that fight happening, they're more likely to get the Kovalev fight. I mean, I'll definitely want to see that fight. We're expecting a knockout to happen. Yeah, the thing about Kovalev, yeah, he's out of shape. He doesn't take care of himself very well outside the ring after a fight. He doesn't have the best discipline. He does not like body shots. So, and Canelo is a very good body puncher. If Canelo could target his body, he will knock out Kovalev that way. I'm going to keep it real. And Canelo can hit to the body extremely hard. He can do it. So let's see what else we got here. USYK just pulled out of the taco fight there. Yeah, I just reported that too. So, yeah, what's up, ones? I don't know, man. I just hope USYK can get back sooner than later. I just hope the bicep injury is not as severe. But he's been out of the ring too long, man, and this can be very detrimental for him at heavyweight. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but we'll see. Did you hear about the proposed fight for Canelo and Spence? Yeah, I heard this is a rumor mill. I'm not sure if this is confirmed, but I heard they're going to approach Spence with a $20 million offer. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't expect that fight to happen. I'm just keeping it real because this is a PBC fighter we're talking about here. And no disrespect to PBC, but they have been making they have been playing hardball to make good fights as of late. Not saying not in-house fights. I'm talking about good fights outside their organization. So they've been trying to keep things in-house as much as they can. So let me see. Dwayne says that Joseph Parker fought not to get knocked out. Yeah, pretty much he did. He fought, I would say, a borderline negative fight. I'm not saying he was running, but he fought an unusual fight. And that was unusual for Joseph to fight the way he fought against Anthony Joshua. Just keeping it real. But also, to be fair though, Dwayne, I think Joseph tried to adjust it. He tried to go keep the fight on the inside, but the referee that they assigned for that fight, which was a terrible referee, and I find out that referee didn't have no experience officiating fights on the championship or even or a war level fight. I mean, that was disgusting. He would even let Joseph work in the inside whenever he tried to throw uppercuts or try to throw body shots against Joshua. He would even allow it. So from there, Joseph didn't know what to do. He's like, fuck it. If I can't fight in the inside, I've got to go back and try to outbox Joshua, which wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, so I agree to disagree with your point, Dwayne. It's just that, to me, Joseph tried to adjust, but the referee would not allow him to work in the inside, which I was a little pissed off about. So, it is what it is. I think Parker versus Hunter might happen as a main event on that USYK Takum card that has fallen through. Yeah, that could happen. I think it could happen. If Joseph does sign the deal, then yeah, then you could definitely make Joseph Parker versus Michael Hunter. So that's an intriguing fight. So we'll see. Rival says Kovalev is fat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he doesn't he blows up the weight after fight. So yeah. Yeah, Dwayne says they both gas out of fights. Yeah, but I say Kovalev's stamina is far more terrible than Canelo. At least Canelo's improved his stamina to some degree, but Kovalev is like worse. Terrible stamina. I mean, his body is very vulnerable. So I think that's why Canelo and De La Hoya and Golden Boy will want that fight, because they know they could beat Kovalev. Because let's be real, whether you're a Sergey Kovalev fan or not, you should agree that Sergey Kovalev was exposed more so against Andre Ward than he was against Ivan Chilemba. Okay, after that Ward fight, Kovalev hasn't really been the same fighter. Yeah, he's came back and won 2 more world titles. He became a 2-time world champion, and he's got some pretty good wins on his belt after that loss. He's still not the same fighter. Let's keep it real. I'm hearing rumors about Callum Smith. Yeah, I heard about that too. So I forgot to throw in Callum Smith. So there's 3 possible fights there. So they got Earl Spence. They could drag up from welterweight if that will happen. They got Callum Smith. They can go up to 168, fight Callum Smith for the WBC, WBA, and the real WBA title, I should say, and the ring title. Callum Smith is the number 1 super middleweight out there, or they could fight Kovalev for the WBO light heavyweight title. So, look, if they I hate to say it, if Canelo beats either one of those guys, now I'm not sure if Callum Smith will get him pound for pound number 1, but if he beats Earl Spence or if he beats Kovalev, then he definitely goes on the pound for pound number 1 list. He definitely beats Lomachenko. I'm just keeping it real. Or he might beat USYK. So we'll see. We'll see. But USYK hasn't been so active in a while, so that's why I might have to take him off as number 1 pound for pound. I initially had him there, but he hasn't been active, so I can't rank a guy who hasn't been active for a long time. So it is what it is. Big boy, so Kiwi says, well, Seiko says, the only reason I think USYK has been pulled is because the zone did bad numbers on new subs off Canelo and Jacobs. Well, hey, G, if you got any information on that, please let me know, because what I can tell you is that I know the zone where they said they were hoping to get the subs on the Jacobs and Canelo fight. To me, when you speak language like that, they were just praying. It was wishful thinking. They probably knew that they were not going to get the numbers for this fight. But it's yet to be seen. We'll just give them more time. It's been, since 3 days now? So hopefully we'll see some type of financial results for the fight soon this week, hopefully. But if there's any information on that, if you'd like to share it in the comment section or something like that, man, please let me know. Direct me to a link so I can find out where the numbers are, because I know Mike Carpenter initially reported on one of the zone's numbers, and that was a Joshua and Povetkin fight. Those numbers did terrible for what I heard. It was like around 10,000 views, and that was bad. And the subscribers was not even close to like, I didn't want to go there, but that's what Mike Carpenter reported. And then I think he was, and then he took the post down from his Twitter feed. Dave Meltzer recently reported that, not recently, he reported that I think one of the fights they had was it Canelo versus Jacobs? No, Canelo versus Fielding. He said that fight did so bad. I mean, it did better than Joshua versus Povetkin. Obviously, the time difference, the fact that Joshua wasn't quite known here, but the fact is that fight didn't do as well as the zone would hope for. They thought the zone was hoping they could get over 500 to 1 million subscribers for that fight, but paid subscribers, I should say, for what Dave Meltzer reported, they didn't even get that. They didn't even get close to that. So, yeah, the numbers are looking, for the way things are looking, and in fact, I also was taken back by the comment by John Skipper. He said at the Golovkin press conference when they announced this signing that, look, I'm okay with what we have so far. The numbers, I'm okay with the subscribers, but they're not where they should be. So when John Skipper uttered those words, the numbers are not where we want it to be. That's an indication that things are going bad in the zone right now. And the fact that they have to even sell off one of their business assets so they can raise capital to bid for other sporting content like the NBA or the MLB, which I don't see them winning those bids, or the NFL by that matter, then that tells me something. And they had to raise their prices recently. And only just 5-6 months since they've launched in the States, they've raised their prices. So I find that kind of like something's not right there. So they really operate in the red right now. So they need to do something. I mean, raising the prices is probably the right thing to do at this moment because they need to find a way to recoup the money they're spending on these fighters, which is a frivolous amount of money. And I think the next step is going to have to be a pay-per-view. And I'm not saying they need to charge $75 for a pay-per-view. They can at least introduce a pay-per-view of a platform where people could pay less money for it rather than a norm 64, 54 to 75 bucks. So we'll see. Let me see. Parker, Mala, what's going on, Mala? Mala says that, or actually Kiwi said this. It says, if they can make the Smith and Canelo easy, they can make Andre versus Canelo just as easy. I'd rather see an undisputed fight than Smith. I agree. I'm with you on that one, Kiwi. I really do. Mala says that Parker got neutralized by AJ jab from round 8. He couldn't do anything after that. Yeah, that's exactly. That's a good point, Mala. I mean, the jab definitely kept Parker at bay. And to be fair, though, he tried to go back to the inside, but AJ was pulling the damn Vladimir Klitschko tactics in the later rounds, and I didn't like that shit at all. I did not like that, and that's why I said, AJ, do not be pulling that shit again, man. Because if you're gonna fight like that going forward, then people are gonna have a problem with you. And I mean, and since then he did pull those tactics again. So I just wanted to point that out. Big Boy says the problem is that Parker doesn't have good inside game anyway. So I'm not sure if the shit ref would have made much of a difference in that AJ fight. No, that's a good point, Kiwi. But I think to be fair though, Joseph does fight pretty well in close range. I'm not saying he's a good inside fighter, but he does fight pretty good in close range. Even the referee wouldn't even allow him to fight in close range. So he just didn't give him a chance to work. So I'm not saying that it made much difference in the fight anyway. I agree with you on that one, but at least give these guys a chance to work. This is a championship fight here. People paying good money to see a good fight, and that's not what we got. I guess it's unfair for me to say that it's that 100% of that performance is on the fighters. It's more so the referee too. You have to think about it because that referee did not allow those guys to work. So it's just the way it is. All right, I'm gonna send you a link, bro. I'm gonna send you a link. I'm coming in. Yeah. Let me see. Marlon says it's hard to believe that Barry did work hard to develop a good inside game. You mean Joseph Parker's very Kevin Barry? Yeah, work hard to develop a good inside game. Considering Parker has pretty much always going to be conceding reach. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think what they were hoping for, they could push Anthony Joshua back on the back foot, and they could get his respect. So that's something they weren't prepared for. But again, let me take that back. I think they were prepared to try to take the fight in the inside, but the referee wouldn't allow it. So that's what it was. Let's see. Allegedly unravel. DAZN got some serious dollars going out each time with these top tier fighters, which is true. Yeah, a cheap pay-per-view on DAZN would work. It wouldn't be too bad for fans, but only for big fights. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to have to do. Again, I believe they're going to introduce a. I'll send the link out low place. All right, RT, hold up, guys. I'm see you guys in a link. I think DAZN will introduce a pay-per-view platform. I think they're going to announce it by the end of this year. I have a feeling they're going to do it, and I think they're going to announce it. Again, I don't think they're going to overprice it like most networks do here, like ESPN and Showtime. But we'll see. Oh yeah, Anthony Yard versus Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, that's been announced for June 29th. That fight's going to take place in Russia. Let's see. Of course, it's alleged that Anthony Yard is going to be paid a amount of, let's see, 4.2 million US dollars, or that's 4.2 million English pounds. Somebody can help me out in the comment section here on that. So let me see. So it's likely to be June 29th. It hasn't been confirmed yet, so we're still waiting on that. So we'll see what more information comes. So let me get these guys in the chat. I'll chop it up real quickly, and then I'm gonna get going. I know y'all waiting for a like. Hold on. All right, I got you, brother. All right. All right, let me see if I can hear you guys. Hopefully this is fixed now because I had to update my computer so that way I can hear you guys. Because the last time I could hear you, I had to do it directly to my phone, but we'll see. Let me see if anybody hopped on. Not yet. Not yet. Let me look at the control room. All right. Let's see. Link don't work. All right. I'll try it one more time. Hold on. Let's see. You know what? Let me try to shorten it a little bit. Let's see if this might work. Try it again. Kiwi. Wait, no, sorry, Kiwi. Try it again, Greg. See what happens. Nope. All right. Let me try it right here. See what happens. That's weird. Let me try something else here. Because I'm on Internet Explorer. Now, why is it that it's not working? I'm gonna try it another way. Hold on. I think I got to figure it out. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, let's try this here. Okay, I got you, brother. I had you by email. Actually, you know what? Let me try another way. Give me 1 second, bud. Looks like somebody got on.
Yeah,
Yo, Kiwi.
Let me in.
You hear me?
Yeah, man. You there?
Hold on. Let me try something here.
I can hear you.
Why is it that I can't hear from this? Kiwi. All right, let me try it this way.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Wow. For some reason, I can't even hang on. This thing is tripping. All right, let me try to figure this out. Control C. Yo, low place. Yo.
Damn.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Let people on. You got a talk link.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you send it through
All right, let
Internet
me try.
Explorer. I just got on Internet Explorer and got on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, yeah. At least you can hear me now, man. So that's good. All right, let me try to get these guys on because for some reason this link ain't working.
I could try sending it to.
I don't know if he can
Yeah, go ahead and do that for me.
hear us.
Try
Luke.
this one.
Can you hear us, Dan?
You know,
Can you
actually,
hear
let me
us,
send
Dan?
it. I'm gonna send it to by email. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool.
Can you hear us, Dan?
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll just do it
I
this
don't think
way.
he can hear us. Can you hear me,
All
Luke?
right. All right, everybody, try this link. All right.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm guessing Don can't hear this, man. Yeah,
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me, Mark?
All right.
I don't think Dan can hear
Who
us.
else is on?
you. Don can't hear us for shit, man.
Yep.
I don't know
McGregor?
what's going on with this. Yeah,
Yo,
I'm
can
here.
you guys hear me?
We can hear you. You can't
Nope.
hear us. You'll find out later on your stream. It's hilarious.
Oh, you guys are on now. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta turn on some link here because this thing is tripping. All right, that's the control room.
Better let him know in the chat, man.
Why is it that my link? Yo, T, can you hear me?
Yeah, I had to. Something kicked me out, and I had to jump back in. You hear me? Y'all can hear?
All right, let me
I
try
can
this.
hear you, Lo. Jono can hear
Yeah.
you, but Dan can't hear us.
All right, no time's up. Okay, let's try this here.
I'm letting him know in the chat.
All right.
I don't know.
Funny shit.
Yo.
Dan, can you hear us now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I had to do it on another one.
Oh, you got us. Sweet.
Yo.
Yo.
All right.
All right, so what's happening again?
Dan, hold on. You'll need to mute like one of those microphones.
Yeah,
Hear us on
I
one,
got it.
just-
Can you hear me,
that.
Dan?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Did you hear?
Did you hear? Now the mic.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Still got an echo.
Got an echo?
Got an echo? Let me.
Oh, here it is.
Here
I
it is.
got it. There we go. How's that?
That's perfect.
That's better.
All right. Good. Cool. T, what's up?
You're
All right,
welcome
Kiwi?
for the link, mate. You're welcome for the link.
Problem. Thanks for adjusting it for me, man.
It took a while.
I know. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I think
So,
everything working.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you, T. So, yeah, this guys, it won't be on too long because we ain't got too much to discuss other than this is a main issue here. Yeah, for some reason, I can't figure this out. Why is it that whenever I put this link, this hangout, I can't even hear you guys on this one? I don't know what's going on. I have to take a look at my system settings here. But anyways, it is what it is. But yeah, man, what do you guys think about the WBC order Lomachenko versus Campbell, man, for the vacant title? One of you guys?
Somebody
Get it
was
done out of the
live
way.
on it now, and they was complaining. It's
What?
another channel live right now complaining, saying it's bull crap. But
who's complaining? Who's complaining about it?
I didn't see. I just saw the WBC and Lomachenko BS in the title, and then I clicked on your video instead of theirs. But they were live too. But I mean, I like it. I mean, it's like expediting unifications and.
Yeah. No, I hate to say this, man. I mean, at the time, look, if the other sanctioned bodies don't want to rank other champions, just so that way they can make it fair for other guys who are ranking and rankings can get a shot at their title. So be it. But if like you say, to expedite cases, then they're going to have to do what the WBC do. Is that if you want to get a shot at our champion, you could file a petition to be ranked. And you could fight through our rankings so you can get a shot.
Petition. Is that what they claiming happened? That top ranked Lomachenko went to the WBC and got a petition, or did the WBC just like That's the important part. Like if they gonna continue to do this, they continue this shit. I'm all for it. Like that's life, right?
Well, I mean, it's not surprising. They've done this before with Kovalev, as you know, and they've done this with Golovkin, and I think they've done this with Felix Trinidad years ago. But I have to go
Yeah,
back.
but with the vacant, they did it this time. He wasn't in the rankings, and they just like them guys at least beat a WB. Like Kovalev beats Pascal, who was WBC something. They just didn't insert him. He beat somebody.
Right.
And Golovkin beat the WBC. I believe he beat who was it he beat for that WBC ranking?
Golovkin. He beat He beat what's his name? I think he beat Antonio Marco Rubio for that ranking.
Yeah. Like, see, they had precedent, and okay, we beat somebody. Get Loma ain't beat nobody to go there, but I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, shit.
I mean, at least the bright side is that he gets to enroll in the clean boxing program, so he is showing some transparency there. I should say. So that's one good thing I have to give Lomachenko credit for. It's like, you know what? He could have said, no, I ain't in this fight, man, because they got that clean boxing program there. I mean, obviously, if he had said no, then I think he's trying to hide something, but you got to give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, McGregor, what's your thoughts about this, brother?
Mate, look, at the end of the day, I'm never going to knock a unification title. I can't. It's one thing I remain consistent on. I'll always go for a unification over anything else. It's the truth. I always will, because like it's a champion fighting at the very minimum,
right,
for the belt. This title's vacant. I mean, there's no other champion. I mean, Loma kind of steps in as champion emeritus in a weird way. Like, I don't like the idea of like just because there's 4 sanctioning bodies that people are complaining that Loma's getting. He's a champion. He's actually got 2 of the belts. There is no champion in the WBC. He was meant to fight Mikey. Mikey ended up taking the arrow fight. Now we have this. Right. So it's only like it's more fair in a weird way than us having as fans. Right. As fans, it's more fair for us to see a unification world title fight than for us to see somebody get a belt and us wait another 18 months to see a unification title fight.
Right. And you know what? I wanted to ask you guys, do you think Hearn was kind of blindsided by this? Because I think he was, because we were all respecting Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney. And remember, that's one of the reasons why he signed with Matchroom USA, because he was guaranteed a title shot. And now he's not getting it. It's like, what in the hell? I mean, the bright side is Eddie Hearn, one of his fighters, is fighting for the title, but it's not a win-win situation. It's a lose-lose. It's a win-lose situation for him. And we all expect Luke Campbell to lose this fight. Now, to be fair to Luke Campbell, I think he's a better fighter than Anthony Crawler. I think he's going to give Lomachenko a real tough fight. I mean, a tough fight. I think he will. I think he'll get stopped, or he's going to lose on points. But I just think that Eddie Hearn wasn't expecting this because he saw firsthand what happened when he put one of his fighters in there against Lomachenko. He saw that face to face, real live, I should say. So is he going to be adamant to put one of his fighters in there against Lomachenko if they really have a shot of winning at this point? You think he's really going to go through this? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I always know when Eddie's pissed off or blindsided. I always know, and it's when you see his Twitter posts, when he announces a fight that's been announced. Yeah. If it's ever like an in-house fight or a fight that he's specifically really happy about, you'll always see him put fire emojis down and different emojis. But when he has no emojis in his Twitter fucking post, he's pissed. Yeah. He's fuming, man, because like you can tell that he's like, fuck's sake. Luke Campbell's going to lose. Devin's not getting a chance at the title. I'm losing the option of building a fighter here. Lomachenko's going to go in. I know he's going to beat Luke. Like, Luke's a credible opponent, but at the same point, Loma's in a different league to Luke. Eddie's probably pissed. Because he was in a win-win situation. Now he's in a
win-lose or like
1% win. A 1% win chance now.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? That's the thing though.
He got other fighters though.
He's got to tell his new fighter like what he's going to have to explain to him what the fuck. I mean, Devin Haney's like, you promised me a title shot. What the fuck happened?
hey, Devin got millions. If you want to fight, if you know, people don't like what Tank Davis doing, but y'all didn't gotta realize Devin was probably finna do the same thing, get a title at 21 years old, and tell Lomachenko, yeah, I'm gonna do the Jaime Munguia, like I'm a champion in training, so leave me alone while you guys do everything. He can't do that no more. So I don't really care what Eddie wanted. I don't care what Devin wanted. If you want to be a champion, you're going to have to fight a real fighter. And a lot of the complaints that people have about Tank, y'all ain't going to see that no more. So if you're against this, you really got to think about it. You kind of not, because Devin was not finna unify with no Lomachenko. I know he done talked about fighting him, but get real, bro. You wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
It puts things really interesting, man. It makes the division a lot more interesting.
It has made it interesting, and like I said, I know it's kind of off topic, somewhat off topic a little bit, because I suggested this to Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. If they really want to pressure Wilder for that unification bout, why don't they go to the WBC and get ranked, and then put themselves in the mandatory? That can happen. You can put Wilder in the corner, back him in the corner, and he can decide whether he vacates or go through with it or not. So I think that's something they could do. I'm just throwing an idea.
What split is Luke Campbell and Loma gonna be at? Like, because they gotta make a rule for this to say, okay, if we're gonna start this, first and foremost, let me say this. I wish they would have went to Comey and Lomachenko and said, hey, y'all want to fight for this title in the unification? That right there would that would have been fire. But we don't know. Comey, he could be injured, you know, for shit. We don't know.
Yeah, what I heard, he was injured, so that fight's not happening anytime soon. But I think I would have to. I believe the split is usually 75 25 or 70-30. Obviously, going to the champion who has a higher split. That's usually how the champion mandatory. But this is a vacant fight, so
it's unprecedented. How did the split will be in this? They gonna have to determine all that. They done changed boxing. And that's cool. They changed it. That like this is good for anybody. Don't get it. This shit is good. Like they need to drop a split. You know, I mean, for the guys who Crowler was probably thinking to himself, well, damn it, I was finna get a much higher split now. Hey, so what? You get a title shot now. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
you mean Campbell, not
Campbell.
They've also.
I say 70-30, like they normally do. If it's two champions, make it. I don't know. They got to look out, because say if it's two champions, it's Joshua Wilder. Like you saying, Dan. If they say 50-50 to Joshua to go be a mandatory, is that fair? That ain't fair to him. But they would have to do these things, and I don't know. They would have to put some kind of little bylaws in.
Well, be fair to him, but the WBC could make it 50-50, because that's exactly what they did with Wilder and Fury. They dictated that split 50-50, that situation for the rematch. If, of course, Fury didn't go through with it, but they did in that situation. So in this situation with Joshua, if they go that route, they could do the same thing, 50-50. No arguments there. You guys going to have to fight 50-50. So my suggestion to Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, go to the WBC, petition to get ranked, fight to get in mandatory position, then you could corner Wilder, and Wilder really have nowhere to go.
That is true.
But
that's true.
He can do that.
That looks like an option now. For at first, it didn't look like they needed to do that. It looked like they had bigger fight, and it's just like it's true now. They might because it's clear that Wilder's kind of running away from and wanting to do his own thing. Now the WBC can tell him do your own thing without that belt, and see how you feel about that. So I do like that for AJ and Hearn. If they want that fight, talk to WBC.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to go there. I'm just keeping it real, because there's just no way they can, at this point right now, there's no way they can negotiate that fight without doing so. There's just no way they can do it. So they're going to have to go that route.
But we do know Lomachenko petitioned the WBC. That's what they did.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did. And that's the thing. He didn't even know about it until the news came out today that's what they did. So Bob Aaron's a sneaky motherfucker. He's a sneaky.
I really do like this. The main reason I like it as well is they've also ordered some type of tournament as well.
Yeah.
Lopez versus Javier Fortuna. So he wanted a real fight. You fucking got one.
Teofimo Lopez Fortuna and Haney versus what's his name? Abdullayev.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. That's a tournament right there. That's a damn good tournament right there. I like that.
That's a good tournament, man. And that's and the winner of that, the Fortuna and Lopez fight and the Haney and the Abdullayev, the winner of those two fights fight each other, and then the winner of that is the first one after WBC mandatory.
See, they're gonna have to fight 2 fights. Whoever wins this title likely gonna have to fight 2 WBC Mandos in a row because that's the way they've been doing it. If you win a vacant WBC, you fight 2 mandatory fights. Sean Porter just did it.
They have been doing that, but what they're announcing.
Yeah, he was in the process.
Sean Porter's
I was just going to say it. He was in the process of having to fight 2 mandated fights, and then they went ahead and dropped the Errol Spence fight for unification. But you're gonna have to get right back to it. Errol Spence probably gonna have to get right back to that fighter if he takes that belt, and maybe Sean Porter if he wins. So hey, this good for boxing.
But there's a difference with this one.
Anybody complaining is just too stupid to realize. Like this,
there is a difference with this. There is a difference with this though. They're ordering eliminators to pick a final, like to pick an actual mandatory. That's the difference.
Well, hey,
so we may not see 2 back-to-backs.
That's right. Let me get the matches will fight each other to determine.
Hold up, T. Let me get Kiwi in here first, and I'll let you get back in. Hey, Kiwi, what's going on, man?
All good, man.
Good, bro. What's your thoughts on Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell, the WBC order in this fight, man, out of the blue?
Let's get it, man. Why not? Why not? Yeah, why not? Get it done, get it out of the way, move on.
Fair enough.
Hey, if that's short and sweet like that, I'm gonna put it out here. We already got news that Teofimo Lopez done ducked that boy Javier Fortuna. So when y'all talking that big shit about Teofimo and Lomachenko and what he deserves, this is what Byron got to say. We have plans for Teofimo that don't involve the WBC, which mean that don't involve fighting Javier Fortuna, which would be a great step. So y'all can cancel them names to me. That name right there, you can put that in the back.
Teofimo Lopez has been ordered to fight a final eliminator against Nakatani for the IBF, and the winner of that fight's Comey.
As I stated, Nakatani or Fortuna. All right, knock this or that. Look, nah, bro. The lineal champion. Well, Loma's not lineal yet, but he's the closest thing to it. He's the closest thing.
Would you rather see Teofimo Lopez fight Fortuna or the possibility of him fighting?
I want to see him fight. I want to see that fight Fortuna. Forget the Comey. Like Comey can be done inside the promotional pack. They can do that without orders. Let's not fool ourselves. They just had Comey on ESPN. He fights on it. They don't need no orders.
Yeah, I agree. I'd rather see him fight Fortuna rather than what's that Japanese guy name? Is that a Japanese guy? I never heard of the
Nakatani.
Yeah, Nakatani.
He's Japanese. Ask Nelda more about him.
I never heard of him, but
they ducking. That's what's going on.
Yeah, but hey, let me switch gears a little bit on this one. Alexander Usyk is injured, so the Carlos Taco fight is off. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I thought it was postponed.
Nah, it's canceled. Usyk pulled out. He has a bicep injury, so Eddie Hearn's going to have to work hard to fill the date in. And Kiwi, you said that Joseph Parker is more likely going to sign with Matchroom, correct?
Oh, I've had one of my subscribers tell me that he has signed with Matchroom and the announcement's coming. That's all I've got so far. I don't know whether it's to Matchroom USA, whether there's anything to do with the zone there or whatnot, but it certainly opens the door for a Parker versus Hunter fight. And I've heard whispers
because I think Joseph, since he is based out in the U.S., he does stay in Vegas with Kevin Barry, so he might as well be based here. You might as well fight here. You know what I mean? You don't usually. Go ahead.
Hasn't had any U.S. exposure.
Well, hold up. Go ahead. One at a time, guys. Who? Go ahead. Who is going in?
Kiwi.
Go ahead, Kiwi.
Yeah. He needs some. Parker needs some U.S. exposure anyway, and Michael Hunter's from the U.S., so it makes sense to why not fill that card, I reckon, and put them in place of Takam and Usyk. And from what I read in the article, it sounds like they're going to try and make the Takam versus Usyk fight down the line somewhere when Usyk's recovered. But I don't know. They might just put Michael Hunter in against Carlos Takam instead. Who knows?
Well, I mean, hey, Michael Hunter. I mean, hey, he's been on a bit of a roll. So, I mean, I probably very much win that fight. So, but the thing about I'm a little bit concerned about Alexander Usyk is that we haven't seen him fought since November of last year. He's been really inactive. So, this injury is going to sideline him for a long while now, and he could slow down. So
it might, because I don't think he's used to being inactive at all. He normally 2-3 times a year type. Nah, sometimes 3-4 times a year, and he ain't had a 3-4 year career. So I agree. You could see something that just, and he needs his legs, his skills. He need to be sharp. The way he fights, he needs that sharpness. So it's like, damn. Eddie Hearn gonna have to make it happen for him. Gonna have to make it happen for the guy.
Going up a heavyweight, that's a tall task in order. So that's gonna be a problem there. So I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens. USYK going forward with this whole thing, but hopefully the extent of the injury is not as severe. So let's just hope not it is. But go ahead.
One step backwards, real quick.
All right, go ahead.
A lot of people had a whole lot of energy when I dropped that news that Fortuna was in line to get that Tank shot after Tank's last opponent fell out. A lot of people had a whole lot of energy. Tank was ducking old Javier. I don't want to see Javier. Keep that same shit for Teofimo. Cause bring it on. Bring it to us. I know he's a fan favorite. I like the little man too. I like him. But keep that same energy. Come on.
Well, speaking of Tank, the WBA just ordered him to fight Ricardo Nunez. Oh Lord. Ricardo Nunez. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's mandatory, ain't it? Like that, ain't it? Come on.
I know, but Ricardo Nunez, I know that's a mandatory, but Tank needs to be fighting better opposition than that, man. Come on, man.
Seriously, who is Ricardo Nunez?
Nobody has a clue. I have no clue.
I've seen a fight, and let me just be real. Ricardo Nunez is not. I'm just keeping it real. He's not a good fighter.
He's not. I've never heard of the guy. That kind of fucking spooks me out because I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's not just going nowhere right now. It's going nowhere to me, and I don't see why people still excited about it.
And what's sad about this is that he's not a good fighter, and he's all his fights are based in Panama, where Berto Duran is from. So all his fights are in Panama. So it's like,
what about Cancio? Why ain't he fighting Cancio? The dude just, I know they rematching. I know Cancio Machado. Well, why not fight Cancio? Like, why did WBA, like WBC did something good today. Dumbass WBA follows it by making you scratch your head. Said, y'all just won't never give us the 100% perfection, right? But if the IBF do something good tomorrow, you could best believe the WBO gonna come along and just smack us in the head with idiotic something. The next day.
Wait, hold up, T. Who's that in the background doing that? Is that McGregor? Is that you? Okay, yeah, it's all good, bro. But go ahead, T.
Yeah, like they just can't get it all right together. Like we got a great thing. Like hell, I mean, I agree with something Lomachenko. Okay, that ain't happening. It's something political, and it's Lomachenko. And I'm here saying that as long as they carry this through all the boxing and make the effort to do this every time that they have a vacant title, go to champions first, the longest reigning champion. Hey, thumbs up for me. But then the WBA follow with, okay, you just had Cancio upset Machado. You gave Machado belt to Tank, and you ain't giving Cancio the shot because you went and you picked up.
Yeah, I know. That.
What the hell is this? What's this? Hey, come on, man. Paint me some fights, man.
The WBA has been also, they've been kind of, they've been doing some weird decisions for a long while now. And the thing is, like, with the, what I was going to say, they were supposed to roll out the fair boxing program that was supposed to model the WBC's clean boxing program, and they never rolled it out. They were supposed to eliminate all the regular titles and the interim titles, and then that didn't happen. Now they added the gold title they count that as a world champion because Joe Joyce has that belt. So it's like, I mean, what in the hell are they doing, man? Now they pull this shit for Davis versus Nunez. I mean, come on, man. Seriously?
Yeah.
What a fight, man. What a fight. Best fight of the year.
And you wonder why Tank gets all the ridicule and criticism, because I had some dudes come at me and then they were respectful. They're like, why you criticizing Tank, man? Dan, why you so hard on Tank? I'm like, dude, because he ain't fighting the guys that he needs to fight. I mean, how many times how many times that people got to say that he's still learning? I'm like, dude, he's had a 300 fight amateur career.
Dude, he didn't learn.
He doesn't need to be talked about with the 35 pound. I won't say that he needs to worry about that, but I do agree when people not talking about the champions at 130 in him and the guys that want to come up and fight him. Burchell really ain't making any noise, and he's not. You can make noise for him.
I don't know.
He's really making it himself. Burchell is happy with who he's fighting, and
Burchell
we're
could
not
fuck
happy.
Tank up.
I don't agree with that, but
Burchell Tank for the longest low place.
I ain't seen no Burchell nothing. I keep up boxing news every single day, and I ain't seen no Burchell Davis comments ever. Never. And I don't even know who Burchell's promoted with, where he's fighting at.
He's top rank. He's top rank actually. So what does that tell you? Yeah, he's with Top Rank. Yeah.
Well, that's just after breaking my fucking heart.
Well, he got a fight coming up against. He's fighting this Saturday against Francisco Vargas, and that should be an interesting good fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight, man. That's a good fight.
No, Francisco probably done, bro. Like, don't do that. Let's not.
No, it's a good style. It's a good style matchup.
Well, it's a rematch, though. It's a rematch.
Yeah, like he already that's pointless. It's nearly pointless. It truly is. Like, come on, man. It's truly a pointless.
It's not as pointless as Tank against whoever that motherfucker is.
I mean, I can understand, but if the WBA is going to mandate it, that it's mandated. We can't help that. But right now, what is he gonna do next? He's gonna fight. Fight that Miura in a rematch again next. Like, come on, bro. Like,
well, yeah. To be fair, but to be real though, but the point is that people are tired of seeing him fight this level of opposition. That's the whole point. It's kind of like with Deontay Wilder with Stavern when they ordered the rematch from the WBC. People were pissed off, including me, because we didn't want to see Wilder fight that guy. He beat him already. Why order that fight? You know, it's almost the same standards that's applied to the Tank. We seen him fight all these low tier, these what's called overmatched opposition. We're tired of seeing him fight his overmatched opposition. Yes, it's a mandatory, but people are just as tired of him of seeing him fight these guys. We want him to see him fight. You mix it up with the Burchells. We want to see him mix it up with the Lomachenkos. We want to see him mix it up with these Devin Hayes, perhaps. We want to see him in there against those guys, but I don't know. Floyd and Mayweather Promotions don't want him to go near those guys. They don't want him to do it. I just don't know why. I don't think it's Tank. I think Tank want to fight those guys, but Floyd doesn't want him to go near him. I just don't know what's going on there.
No, but I don't know who it is. All I know, it ain't happening. I ain't no side of pass. These fights at 130 garbage right now. And Tevin Farmer's staying active, but he's garbage right there along with it. That whole weight class it's just a funky place. You got Leo Santa Cruz saying he willing to come up. Gary Rupp, like he got opponents for Tank. They got opponents on that side. But still, man, like I don't even know where Machado got beat. What network he was on when he got beat no more. I don't.
He was on HBO. Yeah, he got knocked out by Castillo on HBO. I think it was on their last.
Yeah, it was HBO. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, but
in California. See, we don't like, and is he gonna be Golden? Can CEO gonna be staying with Golden? What's gonna happen? Like. We just stuck in the mud. 130 stuck in the mud, and that's what 135 was. And now the WBC stuck their foot in and said, "Hell no, we going for the gold." And that's why I like.
What about that new guy, that Japanese guy at 130? I forget his name. Oh man,
Japanese guy. We talking Uchiyama? He retired.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he retired a long time ago.
Yeah, Corrales beat that ass and said, "Get the hell out of here."
No, not Uchiyama. Yeah, I know you're talking
Miura
about.
Retired too, didn't he?
Yeah, Takashi Miura retired as well. They're the Japanese.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
When did he retire?
He retired after the Burchell fight. I believe, after the Burchell fight, he retired.
Burchell basically came in and had slim pickings. Them dudes.
What about Ito?
And Burchell came in there and just had very slim pickings.
But super featherweight is kind of stale right now, man. Real tough.
Yeah,
it's kind of stale.
It has potential. It has potential. Has really good potential.
Yeah, let's go back to the Lomachenko Campbell. And now Eddie Hearn and Bobby are actually talking right now. They're hoping to have the fight in the UK. I know McGregor, you'll be happy about that. What do you think?
I'd like a man that gives another pound for pound guy that I can go see.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I've seen USYK.
They should have put Kroll over there too. They should have took that fight over there too. Like hell, Kroll sell tickets.
I've seen USYK and gone to see a new way, man. Like Lomachenko, that's good as well. I've seen Kovalev against Cleverly.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Bro, you seen Kovalev versus Cleverly ringside, McGregor?
I wasn't ringside. I was a little bit far away, but yeah.
check this out. Is Lomachenko gonna have to pay U.S. taxes, UK taxes, Ukraine tax? Like what?
He's got to pay 2 different sets of taxes.
No. What about the Ukraine? Like,
I think so too. If he still has a residence over there, yeah. If you have a residence,
I ain't going over there. I ain't going over there, man. No shit. Cleveland's gonna say what? Huh? The Cleveland's gonna look at that and say, "Hold on now, nah, ain't happening."
Yeah, but hey, well, speaking of Kovalev, you know, Canelo is looking at Kovalev as an option as a fighter. So, what do you guys think about that? If that fight ever happens, Sergey Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo, Jesus.
It's a possibility, bro.
You already know what he's trying to do, though, man. You already know. Can't come in over 180. Can't weigh in over 170. Like, come on, man. Like, please,
well,
don't
yourself. Kovalev is not going to do a catch weight because he barely makes 175. So we know that's not going to happen. But
that money, though, unless Kovalev say, "No, I got them Russian backers taking me now," because whatever he's supposed to make for yard can probably make him say, F you, Canelo. That's what people need to learn how to do. Say F you, Canelo. And the fans need to stick up for that and stand up for that because it's getting old. Him trying to use his money to, you know, his bargaining chips is y'all can't make this money, so let me cheat y'all and get all kind of credit. That shit getting old. It's been old.
Well, hey, to be fair, he's doing what Floyd did. So okay. So what came out.
I know Floyd having one fight with him himself where he called Floyd out and we don't know who called for what. Other than that, Floyd did not call out 135 pounders. Floyd did not try to go up to 160 and play like they couldn't weigh in at 150. He did everything right except for with the thought of the Canelo fight. Okay, Juan Manuel Marquez, they came up, they set up. That's it. Canelo's trying to make a career of Khan, Spence, Kovalev, Kodo 55. That's enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how that plays out. But to me, I don't know, man.
Happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen? You think that's more of a don't you think that's more of a reality than a Spence fight? Because I don't see that one happening. Spence have to come up to one.
I don't see that one happening either. I don't see him fighting Kovalev.
Yeah, because they're looking at Errol Spence and they saying that somebody put out the rumor he's gonna be trying to pay him $20 million to come up and wait. Do you think Earl will do it?
Did he turn it down?
No.
Earl said turn it down. The first offer I ain't never taken, but he shouldn't do it. Al Heyman should put his foot down and say nope. We got good things going at welterweight and junior middleweight. We don't have to play by your game anymore.
The Zone have a lot of money, man. The Zone have a lot of money. It's just simple. If they want Errol Spence to come up like they wanted Wilder to fight Joshua, they offer a fuck ton of money. 20 million isn't a fuck ton.
I still
not by their prices. Not when Canelo's getting 35 million a fight.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give him 40, 30. Tell him kiss your butt. You got a whole enterprise of the PBC where you have about 10 different fighters Earl Spence could fight. You can make money in the fights outside of those fights. You got all kind of personalities. You got black fans that you are not reaching. I'm telling you, man, like guys like Tony Harrison got so much personality and the black fan don't even know him. But like Al Heyman, you don't have to play ball with never again.
There's a lot of unifications.
I'm tired of Canelo. I'm tired of them. I'm tired. Let the board. Excuse me. I'm trying to quit cussing. Let the dudes like Danny Jacobs who don't mind bending over and being somebody's punk. Let him be the person to get screwed by Jacobs. He want to go in there and not be able to make weight and pay $1.5 million. Let him deal with it. Stop putting your fighters in Canelo hands. Stop putting your fighters in Canelo hands. Simple as that. Make him prove he's somebody. Make him prove it.
Look, it's this simple. Kovalev has Russian backers. He also fights on ESPN. He don't need Canelo money. Errol Spence, he's over there doing Fox. He has unifications that can be made. He can fight Pacquiao, Thurman, Sean Porter, hell, even maybe Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, come down to
he can move up to 154 and fight against guys like Jermell Charlo. He can fight against Jarrah Horde. Like, he don't need to move up to 160. Like, if I'm advising Errol, I'll say here, the only way you fight Canelo is if it's 50-50 and you get the catch weight of 148 pounds.
155 and you can't
148. That ain't gonna happen,
148.
Bro.
Play that A side. If they want you that badly, play that A side. The second they start wanting you,
I hear you,
but Well, if it's a middleweight fight, it got to be at least above 154. So maybe 155 and 156.
155 with a rehydration clause of 166. Deal with it. That's what you deal with it, Sentiment. Or go fight.
Okay, 155 with a hydration clause of 160.1.
Damn, y'all trying to...
Damn,
no, fuck him. Fuck him. He does it to everybody else.
Where's
like, at the end of the day, I'm going to sound hypocritical because I haven't pound for pound number one. But he does it to everybody else. He does it to everybody else. He is the pound for pound number one fighter in the entire world at fucking people over.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. So you gotta read what you sell. You gotta take it. You have a taste of your own medicine, bro.
He ain't pound for pound number nothing. He's a fraud that doesn't have to do what other people have to do, and he's gotten his way.
Lopez, you didn't hear me finish what I said.
I heard you. I heard your statement. I just repeated that once you said he was this, he's nothing. Make him do what he does to others.
So you're telling me he's not the pound for pound number one in the world at fucking people over?
Make him. Yeah, he is. He is. But I just put the number one pound for pound. But I heard you. But I'm just coming with the number one pound for pound part. He's nothing. He really ain't. And don't let him condition your fighters to condition you or your fighters to get up under him and stay under him. Al Haymon don't need to do that. Nobody else needs to do that mess. It's over with. It's done. He beat Danny Jacobs fair and square. Cool. But he still had a rehydration clause in that. And then he lied to the people. After being a drug cheater, you come out here and lie to people. Oh, it wasn't me that did it. It wasn't me. Come on, man. Come on. Stop it, bro. Get this dude out of here. Make him fight somebody. Make him prove it. I'm not buying Canelo fights. I'm not supporting that mess.
Well, look, if he fights Errol Spence, you'll be buying it. You'll change your mind.
I won't.
Sure?
I won't. And I'll be talking bad to Al Haymon too. I'll be talking bad to Al Haymon. Tell him if he want to offer somebody $20 million, tell him offer you unified champion at 154, $20 million. Okay. If he want to fight fighters and get credit, tell him fight his damn mandatory Jamal Charlo. How about that? All right. No excuses. You want to get the black fan money? Well, fight the people you need to fight, you coward. Because I'm tired of you picking these easy fights and still look. I don't care what nobody say. Golovkin is 38-37, and he is an easy fight. You know it. You know it. And he going, I'm not fighting him unless he get a belt. That's gonna be his next opponent. We all know it. Why are we playing?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do after that. But Cal Smith, actually.
You know, sad thing is he can actually fight. He got skilled.
Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be real. Either way it goes, Errol Spence, Sergey Kovalev, or Cal Smith, they're three intriguing matchups. I don't mind either one of them, to be honest with you. I really don't. I mean, Cal Smith is an interesting one because that's a tall, rangy, long guy, man. I mean, Cal Smith is a much better fighter than Rocky Fielding at super middleweight. So
you think Callum Smith gonna get circumstance? Like, come on, we know that. Like you just said it, he's so big, he's gonna get circumstances too. It's gonna be like, yeah, let's sit down at the table. They're gonna throw the money out there first, and then you like, I heard his money in the butt kind of crushed me, but then they say the money again, and I wake up and then they crush me again. He'll take the fight and he's gonna be in there sick as a dog. He's gonna be in there sick as a dog.
Catch weight, yeah, he's gonna have to agree to a catch weight and all that stuff.
Bro. I know the WBC, somebody step in, take this man belts and just go on about your business, bro. Like, I'm sick of the guy, man. He's a good fighter. Why does he continue to do this to his own legacy? I don't know. The Mexican fans are okay with it. He's okay with it. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we'll see how the things later progress. I mean, let me see. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes, man. Hopefully he go. And I mean, I don't know. Of all the three fights, I think he should go with the Kovalev fight.
I thought he was going to pick Terrence Crawford to come up. To be honest with you, I thought he was going to do it, make it even worse. Because I really did. I predicted it was either Crawford or Spence, and for whatever reason, I went the Crawford route. And they was going to try to say that Crawford couldn't get a fight down there. So Canelo did the right thing. In
Crawford, man, I like Terrence, but I don't know if he can win that fight. I really don't know.
That's the point. That's the point.
Of all the fights being mentioned, the only one I really would be all right with really is Callum Smith. Because he's campaigned at 168. He's got the regular belt. I mean, if he wants to take on...
He's He's got the super belt. He's the real WBA champion. So yeah.
No, I'm talking Canelo.
No.
Canelo's Canelo's got the regular belt. Canelo's campaigned at 168 once against Rocky Fielding. That if he's gonna
have any catch weight.
Yeah, there was a catch weight for that fight. Yeah, there was. No, it's not a catch weight. It was a rehydration clause.
See, come on, man. Come on. If he's doing it versus him.
But if he's gonna go up, fight Callum Smith. If you're gonna stay in your division, fight your mandatory or fight Andrade.
That's it.
Well, we know the Andrade fight ain't gonna happen anytime soon. That ain't happening. They ain't going near Andrade.
If you're gonna make a fighter come up, bring up Jarrett Hort.
There you go. I like that.
The hardest fight. I think the hardest fight for Canelo is not Andrade. I think it's Charlo, and maybe even Triple G. Then stylistically before Andrade. I just feel like Andrade, he ain't gonna throw man like punches, man. He might pull a Danny Jacobs on you, and you got to come to fight with Canelo. You got to put that jab on his chest and his chin everywhere. And these dudes, some of these fighters, they just don't fight strong enough. Triple G fights strong enough. He's just old and not agile no more. I'm not saying
the only reason
Jamal is the greatest fighter in the world, but he is a stylistic issue for Canelo Alvarez with his size, his power, and his speed. Them things, man, we ain't never seen Canelo fight a fighter like that.
That's the only reason I say that, by the way, Lau, is like having fight Andrade is I don't think we've seen undisputed since Jermaine Taylor at middleweight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to be too big on that. Try to just go for what the best fight is. Yeah. But that's just an opinionated point. Undisputed would be a factual point. I concede that, but I would have to say that Andrade has to be better competition than Charlo and throughout his whole career. Neither one has great competition. But if you got to pick one who has the better competition from 54 to 60, it would be Jamal Charlo. And he outperformed him too. But I'm just saying, I love that fight. I more or less like Andrade Canelo. But he said he's not going to fight Andrade next because Andrade fights in June or July and he fights in September. We ain't heard anything from Andrade on it because he probably somewhere getting his nipple pierced.
Nah, come on, man.
Hold on. Matchroom released a tweet from Boo Boo where Boo Boo said, what was the quote? It was, after I fight Selecki, I'm the best middleweight in the world. Let's unify. That's what his tweet was.
Oh, well, I'm not sure about that. I mean, you're not the best until you actually unify all those belts.
No, I know that, but that's what he said. And then he said, let's unify. So maybe he is interested in the fight. If he is interested in the fight and he takes it, I'll only commend him. If he actually goes for that and he goes for undisputed, I can only commend him.
Well, the thing is that Boo Boo, if he fights Canelo, he ain't gonna win by points. He's got to knock him out. Boo
Boo ain't knocking out fucking Canelo, man. Daniel Jacobs didn't knock him out. Boo Boo ain't.
I actually think they will give him if he earns a decision. Some says that at one point Canelo got to take the L, but you got to give him the L, bro. And even if you don't, the fans know what happened. So
it could be a fight. It could be a fight where it plays out like Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, where Floyd dominated the fight, but they gave Canelo more rounds than he didn't earn. Like one judge, DJ Ross, scored 114, 114. One other judge.
I still have no idea how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, one judge, other judge scored at 116, 112, and another one scored at 117, 111. Now the 117, 111, I can relate to that score, but 116, 112, and 114, 114. Those two, I got a problem with that one. I couldn't give.
Well, Canelo I remember my score. I scored at 119, 109, mate. So.
Yeah, I think you could give Canelo at least 2 rounds at best in that fight, man. I mean, he did
I gave
bad.
him 1. I gave him 1.
Yeah, he did terrible in that fight. I mean, he learned from that fight. So let's keep it real. Let me see. MG told stop hating on me. Well, I don't know what the hell that means, but anyways, probably troll channel. It is what it is. Crawler, he says on the chat, Crawler versus Campbell would have been a good fight for the title in the UK, but Crawler just lost, man.
Man, come on, man. Why do you see some shit like that?
Yeah, Crawler just lost.
Crawler versus Campbell better than Campbell versus Loma. Crawler versus Loma was a disgrace. Campbell's an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. Like he gave fucking Linares a very good fight. I mean, Campbell's a good fighter.
I personally thought he beat Linares.
Yeah.
What did you say, Lo?
I personally thought he beat Linares on HBO.
That's why I said he gave him a very good fight. I thought he beat him too.
Well, Campbell is a much more skilled fighter than Crawley. He's got more durability than Crawley. So I mean,
Campbell would beat the shit out of Anthony Crawley.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 7-5 kind of looking fight. One is going down the stretch and somebody gonna pull it out. Like Lomachenko is gonna have to walk on to this guy's shots, and he's an accurate puncher, and he goes to the body well. He is like Luke had one meltdown, and I didn't see that shit coming. That Mendy fight, I didn't see it coming, but you know he got it back on the rail since then. He do a lot of good, man. He do a lot of good for himself, and I would not be surprised if Lomachenko, you know, have to make the excuses. I'm getting a little older now.
Shoulder injury. Yeah, my shoulder. Your shoulder is weakening me. Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely his last weight class. I mean, it ain't no 140. You're not fighting region. Like it wouldn't be as much as an excuse as it is a fact. He's little compared to these dudes, and you know, Luke is probably a little bit younger than him. They probably about the same age, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're the same age. Yeah, they're the same age, but Luke is a much bigger. Yeah, they're about the same age. I mean, yeah, a couple of years older, but Luke is a much bigger and stronger. I mean, he's a big fucking lightweight. Well, like a lightweight. He is huge for a fucking lightweight, to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. So that massive. Size is going to be a problem for Lomachenko. I mean, he's going to try to beat him in the body, but can he get around that jab? Can he get around his reach? I mean, because Luke Campbell can move around that ring. I'm not saying he can move just as fast as Lomachenko, but he can move around that ring. He can use his ankles pretty well. That's a softball.
I see what you're saying. Certain styles that will kick Luke Campbell's ass. And Lomachenko, if he was like a natural 135 pounder, it would be Lomachenko's style. It possibly
you break it up, man. Yo, T, you break it up, bro.
He's not breaking up on my end, Dan. I think you're the one breaking up.
Okay.
Like certain styles can kick Luke Campbell's ass, but Lomachenko possesses that style. He just may not possess the youth and the size to do it. Yeah. But then again, if he does do it, I'm gonna be a little impressed because he's gonna be fighting a much bigger fighter. And like I said, Luke ain't great, but he ain't nowhere near bad. And stylistically, he could pose nightmare. Well, not stylistically, like the attributes he got could pose complete nightmares. We might see Lomachenko down in this fight. We might see him out in this fight. So I want to see it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Would you guys agree that Luke Campbell's
but for
legit top 5? A legit top 5 at lightweight.
Yeah, he is. He is. Maybe he's got some decent victories at a lightweight.
If you take Mikey Garcia out, which we don't know what he is, and neither does he or anybody else.
Yeah, I mean he's got some decent wins.
He might be top 3. Like if
you guys will break it up, man.
If you really want to go there, it's probably
hello.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
We can hear you fine, Dan. You just got to get to a better connection spot or close some apps down or something.
What's up?
You got to get to a better connection.
Okay, now we're okay.
We can hear you fine. You just can't. It's your connection.
Yeah, it's probably my connection. You're probably right. Okay. But go ahead. All right, go ahead. Yes,
I would say Luke is top 3, top 5 for sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a good move overall. WBC made the right move, and we're gonna get to see them hands. We're gonna get to see some hands. We're gonna have a 3 belt holder, and hopefully they make an undisputed title fight at 130, 135, and clean the division up, and everybody else follow suit.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope that's the case. But realistically, what are your chances you guys to give Luke Campbell? I know we all agreed that we give him more of a chance in some ways than Crawler, obviously, but do we really think that he'll be able to beat Lomachenko of any capacity at this point? Do you really think he could do it?
6-1.
Loma's lost, so it's possible he can lose. I don't give him a huge opportunity, in all honesty. But I think he can make it a competitive fight, and if he can stay in the fight, you never know. He could catch Loma coming in. He's a big guy. He can punch.
Right.
If Loma gets caught, he can lose. He can. I'd make Loma a heavy favorite, but I wouldn't completely underrate Luke Campbell's opportunity.
Right. I mean,
I give him more of a shot than I gave Crawler, which was none.
Hey, wait, I thought you gave Crawler a shot, bro.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I know somebody.
Remember when I was joking around saying, "Oh, come on, Crawler's like, if Crawler's like beating Ricky Barnes, he's world class." Blah 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 blah. He's fucking trash. He's shot. Like,
okay. I know somebody did, so I know somebody did. I know who it is. I'm not gonna mention the dude.
Somebody picked Crawler over who?
No, I picked him to win, but people thought he was going to give Lomachenko a run for his money. A tough fight.
You gotta mention him because I think it was one. I think one person said the same, but I think they were joking a little bit. Like he gonna come to fight, bang the body, and I don't think he was.
Well, I did say that there is one way he can beat Loma, and I described that he has to go in and he has to rough Loma up for him like Salido. He needs to throw elbows.
Nah, he can't.
I didn't say it was possible. I didn't say it was possible.
No more.
Well,
he's not going for that shit no more. Like you just gonna find out that he learned from that. Like Sosa was trying to do that shit, and Lomachenko was like, "Boy, please." He learned from that. Like, I'm sorry, you gonna have to be like Regis Prograis size to go in there and do that to Lomachenko at this point. Now he different, man. But yeah, Luke Campbell got about a 6-1. I would say about a 6-1 underdog, but you know,
yeah.
More or less, he in there to make it a good fight instead of win the fight to me. But it's just too many holes.
Well, they host a fight in the UK that does some about winning it.
You're breaking up though.
Positive. I'm sorry, man. You guys hear me now? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You sound like Mr. Robotnik from like Sonic the Hedgehog, mate.
Yeah, it was better. Yeah, you better now.
What about now? All right. Yeah, I was saying that. If he go to UK, he would have some bit of a more of a positive chances of being more competitive in that fight because he has a crowd that's supporting him. He has a crowd. He just has that energy around if he has it in his backyard. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But to me, I think he's going to give Lomachenko a problem for 7 rounds, and then after that, I think he might, or he's going to lose on points.
Yeah, we got it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a little good one just to see a good fight, but he can't win. He can't. But I'm leaning heavy towards you can't win, but I'm leaning heavy towards you can make it. You can make it a good fight because Lomachenko gonna always come to fight from what we've seen. So you gonna have a chance. You gonna have a chance.
I'm interested in what Devin Haney's gonna say about this because I know he's probably pissed off his mouth. I'm supposed to get that shot.
Yeah, Devin is you gonna but if you Devin Haney, you gotta fight through the fire now. You can see it's so good. These prospects can't get belts and act like they, are that guy. You literally can't do that no more. They so we good. Like Devin may have got that belt, and God knows we would have been meeting fighters we never met. Had on DAZN. Look what Tevin Farmer's doing on DAZN. Come on, we actually want to see Devin Haney with a belt doing that on DAZN. I don't. You can do that mess without a title. You can do that without a title.
I mean, Tevin Farmer, Tevin, but all due respect, who is he fighting, man? I mean, seriously. I know he's getting fights, he's being active, but he's not really fighting anybody, man. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. He's not. So it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, you're not even. I mean, like you said, the 130 division is pretty stale right now. I mean, I guess that's not the fault of Tevin Farmer, but at the same time, I mean, still Eddie Hearn, you got to try to make fights outside the zone network. I mean, you have the the Burchells out there. You fight him. You got who else is there? Well, Tank Davis, that fight's not happening anytime soon. Who's the WBO super featherweight champion? I forgot who that is.
WBA.
Who's the WBO champion?
WBO.
No, WBO.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it Kevin?
Who is
Kevin
the
is
WBO?
IBF, the Machado, the Tank WBA, WBC is Burchell. Shit, man. Hey. Yeah, somebody gonna have to look that up because I'm telling you, I'm
gonna look it up right now.
I'm stumped.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Is it? Damn, who is it? No, they fight at featherweight. I was gonna say what's his name?
It's vacant. It gotta be vacant.
Oh, it's vacant. You're probably right because super featherweight, junior featherweight, junior lightweight. Oh, it's Ito. Masayuki Ito.
Who the hell he beat?
Yeah.
And what, you know? And when the hell he do this?
He beat Chris Diaz for the title. He fought him in the States and beat him for that title.
Man, I
didn't even know that
know
fight happened. Like, I didn't either. I didn't know that happened. He beat Chris Diaz and then the title back to Japan. Now he's back here. He's fighting him in the States. He's defending it against Jamil Herring.
You know, Christopher Diaz.
I don't even know who Jamil Herring is.
Yeah, Jamil Herring. Yeah, we know him. You talking about Chris? Okay, it was vacant when Lomachenko vacated. When after he fought Regan down,
yeah,
and he moved up. And
right.
Christopher Diaz, the one that what's the name just beat?
Yeah, Christopher Diaz is the guy who just beat
Shakur Stevenson.
No, he's the one who lost because he just lost to Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, he lost that fight. So
okay, maybe Jamil Herring can finally win. You know, he with Top Rank now, so that's probably gonna be on some Top Rank card. Maybe he can finally take a belt and get a title versus Ito. So I don't know this Ito guy, but
I know Ito, but I forgot. I didn't know he fought Diaz for the vacant title. I know, when Lomachenko vacated, nobody really paid attention who's going to capture that title. Oh man, that really slipped through that really slipped through the cracks, man. It is what it is. Well,
he got it now.
He got it now, but
let's see what he can do. I feel like Herring like a 6 foot. He like 6 foot, so he been looking better. So I never seen Ito, but maybe that's what Bob Arum wanted, get him in that WBO shot. And then they got Burchelt. So there go Burchelt battle. There you go. Burchelt versus Jamil Herring. I know Battle love Burchelt. So there you are, Battle. Burchelt Herring. Big unification bout for you. Enjoy that greatness. You know what I mean? I probably only reason you catch me watching that because ain't nothing else on.
I don't know if anybody cares about that bout, but it is what it is, man. It is a unification, so we should be high. Oh yes, let me look at the pound for pound rankings. So let me see.
I know if PBC still had Herring and they put him in there versus Tank, people would be pissed right now. I know that, like, because Herring ain't really that guy. Like, he just ain't. We seen him a couple times getting whooped up on PBC. I can't remember who had him on PBC, just beating the mess out of him that day. I'm gonna check it out. Somebody beat the hell out of him.
Take a look at that.
Shafikov. It was Shafikov. Shafikov was tearing his ass up from pillar to post, beating the mess out of him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that fight. That was a bad beating, man.
He also lost to
Ladarius. So the pound for pound rankings has been slightly updated with Juan Francisco Estrada entering the ranks after he beat Teresa Cat. So it is what it is. I know this call about the end, guys. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I know just left. I don't know if there was a connection issue, but I'll thank you guys for coming in shortly. Battle, Kiwi, McGregor, T. All right, until we out, everybody in the comment section, peace out to y'all. We're out. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Hello?
Well, you shut it down then? Damn, I don't know if he shut it down or not. Phil, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. He in the Nah, he just joined. Dan the man just joined.
Yeah, his connection, bro. I dropped off to send people the link. Let me see if he closed up shop. No, we still live.
Yeah,
Nah.
You still live?
Yeah, it's still live. I just sent more people. Yeah, it's still live. I just sent more people the link, Dan.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I didn't. Okay, but never mind. I thought I closed up. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Phil?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, not much, dog. Not much. So what do you think about Loma and Campbell getting that in order back by the WBC, which is kind of like out of nowhere?
You know what, man? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think Lomachenko, man. I'm really tired of his saga, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this people ordering to fight this person, man. Look, man, let your nuts drop and fight the best person possible in either your weight class or the one above yours, man. That's just where I've been with it right now. If he ain't doing that, I ain't trying to hear nothing from him, man. Straight up.
Why are you not? I hear you, but
I'm tired of him, bro. I'm tired of him and Tank, bro. Like between them two, bro, I am done with it, dog. Like they really need to fight some A-level competition, man, so we really can see how good these cats are. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck that, man. I'm really, man, I'm fed up with the shit, man. I feel like they trying to preserve Lomachenko, bro. They trying to fucking preserve him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they think he the fucking savior of boxing or something, man.
You don't think Luke Campbell got no shot at all?
Nah, I mean, Luke Campbell got some hands, but I don't think he gonna beat Lomo. He not gonna beat him, bro. He not gonna beat him. You think he gonna beat him? D?
No. It's gonna be a good fight, but I mean, I could see it coming down to the wire. Loma aggressive and sometimes he get tagged up, but he just outfight people. That's what I like about him. I agree with you on some of the stuff he be doing outside the ring, but the key he got some hands on him. So
no. I never take that away from him.
Luke gonna have to hit him with that 1-2-1, 1-2-3. He gonna have to hit him with some get some respect and make Lomachenko never turn up and throw them 80 punches in a round. He gonna have to make sure that don't happen.
yeah, he definitely gonna have to do that, man. But like I said, we'll definitely want to see how this progresses and negotiations. I mean, I feel as I was saying earlier, dude, since the WBC was able to prove this because Lomachenko's team went out to WBC to make this happen, and they granted it. So I was thinking, to go off a little bit here. I was thinking, I mentioned the team here that if Joshua really wants to get the Deontay Wilder fight, he could go to the WBC petition to get to the manager position. He could do this.
But they not gonna do that with him though. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that with him because that makes shit too fair. You know what I'm saying? That makes too much sense. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, to me, right, I agree on that. I'm just thinking too, like, look, I know Josh is trying to make a fight in some ways. I get that, but if you really want that fight, do what Kovalev did. Do what Golovkin did. They all were champions in the other section of bodies. They went to the WBC, asked them ranked, and they got their request so they could get into manager position for a champion they wanted to fight. So Joshua could do the same damn thing. So I don't know why they don't have to consider that option.
Man, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, and that's I think they haven't pursued that option because this is the only way that Eddie can manage both AJ and Dillian White. You understand what I'm saying? Is to not take that particular option for AJ because he has to preserve that WBC right for Dillian. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way he can be fair to both of them. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, honestly, he's not being fair because Dillian has earned his right with his spot with the WBC. But if he was to say, take that route with AJ, then it'll be really just slapping Dillian White in the face, like, fuck you. And he just can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Though. That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's just an idea to put out there. I know some guys are gonna come at me. Why he gotta do all that? I'm like, dude, you can't make the fight right now as it currently stands. So why not do what those are the pressure Wilder. Once you get into mandatory position, you got him in the corner. He got nowhere to go but to vacate the belt. Why don't you do that? Corner him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's a good idea to get that information out because hey, this is what Lomachenko did. I mean, like I said, only criticism I got in this situation with them, with their team, that Mike Garcia vacated his belt. You know, 135. So I'm just saying, man, as a Boston fan, why not do that? I think all the sanctioned bodies should be ranked in sanctioned classes, vice versa. They should all do what the WBC is doing. I'm gonna keep it real. They should all do it. You know, about the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA. Hey, what's going on, Texas? What's going on, man? Yeah, it's been a while, brothers. Yeah, we're chopping it up as usual. So yeah, man, ain't too much to talk about right now, man. What do you think about Luke Campbell and the Lomachenko thing? You think Hearn got blindsided about this, bro? Because, yo, Phil, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I was asking. Yeah, I think Eddie Hearn got blindsided about the Luke Campbell and Lomachenko thing because he was trying to put on Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney for the vacant title. We were all expecting Devin Haney to get that shot. Now that Devin Haney's not getting that shot, and I'm sure Eddie Hearn's like, what the fuck? My guy's supposed to get a shot. What the hell happened? So it's no longer a win-win situation for him for that WBC title. And lightweight, now it's like a win-lose situation. So, he already won like one of his guys on which could be from Lomachenko. So Lomachenko beat up on one. What's up? Go ahead.
Now, I think that was, he got blindsided by it, but did he really though? I mean, honestly, I don't think it's so much a blindside as a fucking wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of one of them things to where you think you got some momentum, or you think you kind of making some strides and you're making a lot of noise, and then they show you like, nah, motherfucker, we do what we want to do. Like, we don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
We've been here. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what's best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is.
Right.
I think it's a wake-up call, but yeah, in a sense, hell yeah, he got blindsided by that. But he's been doing he's been getting away. And this is the thing, he's been getting away with that shit for quite some time now. How the fuck do you think Andrade got his belt? You know what I'm saying? Like, even David Jacobs, how did he get his belt? That was vacant titles, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been getting away with that shit for quite some time now. But guess what though? I'm glad this time they didn't. They like, nah, fuck that. Nah, we're gonna do it how we want to do it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a
I think what he was trying to do, I agree. I think what he was trying to do, he was trying to get Devin Haney that title because he promised Devin Haney that title shot, and that's exactly why Devin Haney's signed with Hearn with Matchroom USA because he was guaranteed that title shot. Now he can't. What's up?
Exactly. He can't keep that promise now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So maybe we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But I mean, Jesus Christ! But he come out and says, "I know he's gonna play fair." But that's a good thing they did it. I mean, no, you're pissed off because you want your guys. You want to be in a win-win situation with that title. That's what you wanted. But now you're not. You're in a win-lose situation. More likely you're gonna lose, and you're not gonna get that title. So it is what it is. Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna have to get up out of here, man. I've been out here long enough. Oh, the Texas says that Haney versus Campbell, but it is what it is. If Lomachenko unification is happening, that's true. I mean, it is what it is. But Haney versus Campbell. I mean, to tell you the truth, Lomachenko versus Campbell is kind of probably a little bit more intriguing than it is. But hey, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for jumping on the short time. All right.
All right, bro. Take care, brother.
You too, man. Everybody else, thank you for coming in, Texas. I shout out to you, brother, and everybody else. I am out. Peace.